Hi and welcome to another Unity tutorial. In this video, I will teach you how to make word quiz game in Unity. To keep things organized, we need to add some necessary folders. We need to add an image, right-click, UI, image. We need to rename the image quiz, image, adjust position and size as you like. We need to add a sprite image. So in the sprite folder, I will drag this one and make sure to check preserve aspect. We will use a timer in this quiz game. So for now we need timer text, timer. Adjust font style and font size, alignment, overflow, and color. Position it on the top as you like, as well for the image. And now we need two containers, one for fields and one for letter buttons. So right click on the UI, create empty, name it fields, set to width 400 and adjust position. Again, create empty, letters 400 and position it as you like. For each one of these, we need to add a horizontal layout group. So select both of them and horizontal layout group, make alignment middle center, spacing 8, and check force expand, and that's it. So for fields we need a text, which will be our prefab. So add a text to display letter, and we need to adjust font style and size, alignment, overflow, color, and also with 40 by 40. And we need to do the same for the button. So create a button, which will be letter button prefab 40 40 and adjust text. I like to keep things organized. F, font style, font size, alignment, overflow, and keep the color. So that's it for now. Now we need to create two prefabs, text field prefab and letter button prefab. So drag and drop in the prefab folder each one. And that's it. We need to remove these since we don't need them anymore. Next, we need to create a scriptable object. So in the script folder, right click, create mono behavior, and then rename it quiz data. Open the script. First of all, we need to add option in Unity to create quiz data asset, adding a name and a path. So create asset menu, file name, quiz data, then menu name, word quiz data. For the path, next we need public class quiz data as scriptable object. To store quiz informations. Also, system serializable, and then public class quiz. So basically, we need a public sprite image and public string correct word. So public sprite image and public string correct word. And that's it for now. And one more thing, to store multiple quiz questions in an array, each element will contain an image and correct word. So we need an array as a public quizzes. And that's it. Go back to Unity. Now in the scriptable object, right click, create, and select word quiz and quiz data. Hit enter. We can add multiple parameters, so make 3 questions, for example, and we need to add sprites, drag and drop gold, and we can name it gold, riffle, and shield, and that's it for now. We need to create a game manager. So in the script folder, right click, create mono behavior scripts again, and game manager. Open the script. Okay, first of all, we will be using UI, so using Unity Engine UI. We need a reference for quiz data scriptable object, public quiz data, quiz data. A reference for the letter field prefab, so public game object letter field prefab. Then we need also to assign a letter button prefab, so public game object letter button prefab. Then we need to assign the parent transform, public transform letter field parent. Also, we need public transform letter buttons parent, which is the buttons container. We also need public text timer text, public float time limit equal 30. Okay, we need more variables, so we need array of text fields for the word, so private text array, of course, letter fields, and private button array and letter button letter buttons. We need to track which field to fill, so private int current field index. Well, as well, we need to track the current quiz, so private int current quiz index. We need two more variables, so a float private float time remaining and the boolean is game active. Okay, that's it. We need to assign each variable in the inspector. Save the script, go back to Unity, create an empty game object and rename it game. manager, reset transform, and assign game manager script to it. So in here we need to assign each one here. So first of all we need scriptable object, which is quiz data. We need letter field prefab. In the prefab, letter field, which will be the text, and letter button prefab, which is the button. And we need to assign field parent and buttons parent. So fields and letters. Finally, we need to assign timer text. And that's it for now. Okay, now we need to create two methods: load quiz method and update timer method. Okay, so void load quiz. Void update timer. So in the start method, we will call this method. So load quiz. So in this method, we will load quiz by index. So current quiz index. In the update method, we only need to check if game is active. Then we update the timer. Then update timer. So in the load quiz, we need int quiz index. Debug log loading quiz plus quiz index. Now we need to check if quiz data and quizzes array are valid. So if quiz data is not quiz data, quizzes is not quiz data, quizzes length debug log error quiz data or quizzes is not set up correctly. return. Then we need to check if quiz index is valid. So if quiz index less than 0 or quiz index quiz data quizzes length also debug log error invalid quiz index plus quiz index return. Then we load quiz data. So quiz data quiz data quizzes quiz index. So this way we load quiz from the array and then we set the image. So image call game object find, because we will find image by name. Find quiz image, as we named it in the hierarchy, quiz image get components image. Then we need to check if there is no image. So we need to check if image is null, then we need to edit this, correct it. So if image is null, then debug log error quiz image not found or missing return. So if image is not null, we can update the image. So image sprite quiz image Okay, then we need to create two methods. A method to instantiate letter fields prefab and also a method to instantiate letter buttons. So first of all, let's create two methods. Create void create letter fields. And also need void create letter buttons. So just right after setting the image, we need to call create letter fields, and we instantiate it based on correct word length. So we need quiz correct word length. Then create letter buttons, and as well this will instantiate letter buttons. So basically it's 8 buttons as a max with correct buttons and few random buttons. So quiz correct word. Also in this method we need to reset the timer. So time remaining equal time limit, and check if is game active. So we need to set game active to is game active, true, and that's it for now. To create letter fields we need int field count, and then debug log creating letter fields plus field count. Okay, we need to clear existing letter fields, of course. So for each transform child in letter field parent. So we need to destroy child game object, of course. Okay, Then we need to initialize letter fields array. Letter fields equal new text field count. Then we instantiate letter fields using a for loop. So for int y equal 0 y field count So here we will instantiate the field prefab. So game object field equal instantiate letter field prefab letter field parent. Letter fields y field get components in children text and then we check if it's null. So if letter field is null, array. So if letter fields array is null, debug log error letter field prefab is missing a text component. And that's it for create letter fields. Next, we will edit create letter buttons. We need to fix this error here. So we need string correct word and debug log creating letter buttons. Also, we need to clear existing letter buttons. So for each transform child in letter button prefab parent in letter buttons parent in letter buttons parent. We need to destroy child game object. Then we initialize letter buttons array letter buttons equal new buttons equal new button and 8 char correct letters equal correct word to char array. And after that we need to generate random wrong letters. So to do this we need char wrong letters well we will need a method that generates random letters. We will add it later. So generate random letters. So 8 minus correct letters length and correct letters. We need also to combine correct and wrong letters. So it will be char all letters equal new char and 8. Correct letters dot copy to all letters as well wrong letters copy to all letters and correct letters length. Okay, next we will generate random letters and then shuffle letters. Now we need to create a new method which is generate random letters. So char generate random letters. It will be int counts char exclude letters So char random letters equal new char count. And we need a loop, for loop, for int y equal 0 and y less than count. Okay, so char random letter do so random letter is char and letter A plus random range. So this way we will randomize letters, random range 0 0 26 as uppercase letters. And so we need a while, so while system array exist exclude letters and C random letter, and then random letters is random letter. Finally, we need a return random letters. Okay, now we need a shuffle. So we need to shuffle letters. We need a shuffle method. Void shuffle letters char array and letters. So we need a shuffle algorithm. We need a for loop for and int well letters of length -1. And then we need a random index int random index random range, char, temp, letters, so letters, equal letters, random index, okay, and finally letters, random index, equal temp, and that's it for now. Go back to create letter buttons method, and we need to call shuffle letters, and assign all letters. Okay, then we need to instantiate letter buttons. So we need a for loop. For int y all letters length. So we need to instantiate the buttons. Game object button equal instantiate and letter button prefab in letter button parents. Then we get component in children, so it will be button get component in children text equal all letters array to string. Then we need to capture index for the listener. So int index equal I, and then button let's get component button on click add listener on letter button click, which is a method that we will create soon. Index. Then letter buttons array is equal button dot get component button. Then we check if letter buttons is null. So if letter buttons array is null, debug log letter button prefab is missing button component. Okay, now we create on letter button click. So this method is easy. So right after void on letter button click. It will be int button index. So we check if current field index is less than letter field length. So if current field index is less letter fields length. If so, we get the letter from the button text. So string letter equal letter buttons and button index. Button index get components in children text Okay, then we fill the current field with the letter. So letter field current field index to text equal the string, the letter or letter. Then when we click the button, we need to disable it. So we need to set the button interactable to false. So it will be letter buttons button index interactable false. Then we move to the next field. So current field index plus plus. Head back to Unity. Hit play. And quiz is loaded, creating letter fields for creating letter buttons, 8 buttons. So gold and so on. Now it will not move to next quiz because we don't have a check reply method. So we need to create a check reply method. So go back to game manager. So go down here. Void, public void, because we will use a button to check reply. Public void check reply. And so we need to build player's reply from the letter fields. String player reply. Leave it empty. Then for each text field in letter fields check if field is null. Debug log error. Letter field is null. Return. Then player reply plus equal field text. And now we need to check if reply is correct. We need if player reply equals quiz data, quizzes current quiz index correct word. If so, debug log correct. Then we change color for each letter. So for each text field in letter fields, say field color equal color green. So also we stop the game. So is game active false? Then we load the next quiz after 2 seconds. So invoke next quiz method. We will add it later. Okay, now we need to check if player's reply is not correct. So it's easy. Else debug log incorrect. And we change colors of the fields to red. For each text field in letter fields field color equal color red. Okay, now let's create next quiz method. So void next quiz we increase current quiz index. So current quiz index then we check if current quiz index is less than quiz data quizzes length then we load quiz. Current quiz index. Else that means all quizzes are completed. Debug log all. Let's say game over. All quizzes completed. We need two methods again, one for reset. Also we need a method for deleting the last letter. It will be helpful. So it will act like a backspace. So public void delete last letter. So if current field index is greater than 0, current field index we need to decrease, and then we find the button that corresponds to the deleted letter. String deleted letter equal letter fields current field index dot text. And now for each button in letter buttons we get component. So if button gets component in children text cool deleted letter and is not interactable, button interactable, true, and break. Then we need to clear the field. So letter fields current field index dot text equal empty. Okay, last method, and it will be reset game. So this way we can organize everything and reset letter fields. So void reset game. This will be called each time in the load quiz. So reset game debug log resetting game. So we need to reset letter fields. So if letter fields is not null, for each text field in letter fields if field is not null, of course, then we clear the text. So field dot text empty. Also color field color white. So now we just need to go to the load quiz method and assign the reset method. So load quiz just right after debug log here, reset game. Like this. Only thing is timer now, so we need to update the timer. So if time remaining minus equal time delta time, and we need to display time text. We need to display timer text, so timer text equal empty plus math f save to int, and then time remaining to string. Else it will be times up, so else debug log times up. We need to stop the game, so is game active equal false, and as well check reply. So now go back to Unity. We need to add two buttons, one for deleting letters and one for checking the reply. Okay, let's add two buttons, UI and button. Let's duplicate twice. So here will be check reply, you need to adjust text, and also here for the delete 40. You need to edit text, and overflow, and that's it. Select both of them, then assign the game manager. So for the check reply, we need game manager, check reply. For delete, game manager, delete last letter. And then we hit play. So as you see, loading quiz, resetting the game, create letter fields, creating letters button. So if we say, for example, gold, and we check reply is correct, now we have a raffle. There is a mistake somewhere. So in the reset game, we forgot to re-enable all letter buttons, and so we need to enable them. So if letter buttons is null. For each button in letter buttons so check if button is not null. If button not null, button interactable true. So after all, we need to also set current field index. We need to reset that. So save the script, go back to Unity, hit play, say gold, check reply. It's correct. Go to the next quiz. So riffle, we need to make mistake. Riffle, maybe check M, check reply, incorrect. So we need to correct this. It will be riffle, check reply, correct, and it will move to the next quiz. So that's it for this video. I hope you like it, and I hope this video was helpful. If you like our content, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave your feedback in the comment section. Thank you for watching.